Well, hello everybody. This is Brandon Hill, and this is my first live feed, so we'll see how it turns out. We're going to start today by showing you my craft room. I've just moved here into the new home and have moved here with my parents, and so my mom and I have been combining her scrapbook room, my scrapbook room, and her sewing room all into one room, and I want to show you what we have done. And so I'll move the camera around here in a little bit to show you that, but we're pretty proud of where we are at. Just remember, we're still in progress, and I have a project that we're doing currently. So let's turn the camera around, and we'll show you the view from the door. And you may wonder, why am I doing it at this point in time? Well, I have off work today because of bad ice, which you can see out the window. But this is the main door as you come in, and we are planning on this wall here being the quilting wall, and you can see we have the mat up already for that, for piecing. And we are using behind the door to store all of the cutting mats. This is a convenient door to our bathroom, so we don't have to go far in the middle of crafting projects. And then kind of a cool crafting poster that someone gave to my mother. This area here is going to be the sewing area. We have got a family heritage project that we're working on right now that you can see on that table, but then also on this table we're sorting pictures and family memorabilia out. So all of the shelves over here will be sewing and quilting supplies, and then these plastic tubs will also have some of that in there. The top ones on this side are part of our sticker collection, and you can see right there, there's all the rest of our stickers in place. This is one of my favorite things over the Christmas break. I painted and put up this pegboard wall. Let me tell you, it is not a one-day project. It took quite a while to paint those and to get it up. But I really love the color that it adds to the room. We'll get closer into that in a little bit. And then you can see that right there holds some of our craft supplies. I bought these countertops at Home Depot. Was really happy with them. I actually had some other ones in my old home that were a little longer, but we couldn't get up the stairs, so I had to go shorter in here. The filing cabinets that you're seeing that they're resting on, I actually dug out of a dumpster during a remodel project, and I used the wallpaper that you can see on there, the old world maps. I covered them in wallpaper to make them look a little bit nicer. You can see on the side they're just gray. That's the way the front looked, and I wanted them to look a little bit cooler, and so added that wallpaper onto them. Here's something else I'm pretty proud of. We were trying to figure out how to sort all of our papers, and so this is what we came up with. This is, I think, a home and garden bookshelf. It's very similar to the IKEA bookshelves, but the nice thing about it is these gaps are 13 inches wide, and so it's a little easier to get the papers in. So over here you can see these are our books of papers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and then our colored papers. And we really were trying to sort through what was the way we wanted to do colored papers, and we actually decided to use these plastic containers, which I found on Amazon, to hold them. And so you can see there's our reds. And the reason we did this was we wanted to keep our scraps close by. So that's the red full 12 by 12s, and then next to it I have all my scrap pieces. That way, if I'm looking for red, I have my scrap then that same color that are near them. These were basically $5 a piece, so there's a couple $100 worth of plastic there, but I think that really is going to be a nice way to keep the paper colors together. Down in some of these other shelves, those are binding papers for strap albums, and then we've got quite a collection of those and other plastic containers for projects down there. And then on top here we have specialty papers in 8.5 by 11, and then also some 8.5 by 11 colored cardstock. My mother also does some card making, and so those could be used for that or for other projects. On top, this is where we have some of our Cricut cutting materials. There are some photograph boxes that we use for major projects, and then these boxes here are a little bigger than 12 by 12, and this is where I store completed projects that are not yet put in albums. I like to not put them in albums until a whole series is done, so I know what kind of album to use. All right, we'll scan past that, and let's go over here. Again, we have a lot of stickers, and we wanted to create a way that was easy to find them. So you can see here are different labels and the way we've sorted our stickers. And down here at the bottom, I think, is where we have just borders. So when we cut paper and have a little bit left, we can set them in there. Again, sports stickers, flowers, different various locations, and like I said before, we also have 4 more here. I feel like we probably own a whole craft store's worth of stickers. All right, so this is the pegboards, and you can see we've got our scissors right here. My very favorite Cricut machine, or Cricut machine, however you want to say it. I like to say Cricut because that's how it's spelt. I'm currently working on a project for work right here. We have my laptop computer. It's put up on pegboard pegs. I think those are 12 inches. And my camera sitting right here. That's so that I can live stream projects I'm working on. Series of cup holders that we keep various utensils in. Here is our box of pens and pencils, colors. I know this is kind of weird, but there's the trash can. Paper towels right above it in case there's a little accident, and tissues right there. Try to keep those away from other supplies because they do tend to throw off fabric dust. We have a collection of stickers that would not fit in the shelves, so I hung them on the wall like you would buy them in a craft store. The Fiskars circle cutter, photograph cutter, one of my favorites. The what is that? The Big Bite Punch that you use for putting holes in projects and also setting brads. Various tapes. There's my cutting pads for the Cricut machine. And then the Fascinator. I don't use that very much, but they're very hard to find right now, and so I'm holding on to it. Fuse, this is a new tool that I have not yet used, but you can use it to make your own pockets out of plastic sheets. And a lot of times I like to keep things like sand or glitter or something like that, and you don't want all over your project. That way you can fit it into the page and seal it in so it won't get over the rest of the project. Some ribbons, a couple of washi tapes. I don't have a big washi tape collection, mostly because it's just very expensive and I don't know that I would use it that much on projects, but I have some. And then you can see up here we have a license plate and a place where we put our rulers. I'm going to turn this way now. We've got a cabinet here. This right now mostly has projects in it that are going to be worked on, photograph boxes, and some supplies for albums that are smaller than the 12 by 12, which is what I normally use. And again, some more projects up there. Wrapping paper, ribbon, and then one of my favorite things, I got this actually at Joann's during one of their sales. It's sewing thread in all different colors. And this isn't really for sewing, this is for what I think is called paper piecing, where you use a sewing machine to actually hold papers together. And on a couple of my projects, I've actually sewn the pictures and the background papers together in them. This is a little random, but I'm kind of proud of it. I used to make scarves, and this is all the different leftover yarn from different projects, and I'm just turning it into a crazy art project. that probably will hang in here one day when it's long enough. I've got to put it up because we have a cat who will think that it's a fun project. And then let me show you the closet. Normally, you don't show people inside of the closet, but I just want to show you what we've done in the standard size closet. I've actually put in 2 bookshelves that I got from Walmart.com, just white ones. Create a lot more shelving. So let's see, we'll start down on this side. This is where we have all of our rubber stamps and some things I'm selling actually on Facebook Marketplace, and then some other storage boxes for other kinds of supplies, whether it's ribbons or other kinds of things. That is actually our wrapping paper and tissue paper box. And then all up along the top here is where we have all of our empty albums that eventually will have something in them. These are projects that are about to be worked on. Look at this one, Fun Times with Brandon. I think my mom's going to be making some scrapbooks. We have some sewing machines in the corner there that will come out. And the old-fashioned sewing table. And you'll notice I've got some boxes for when we're selling stuff or need to mail stuff. They're kept in here as well. That's one of my rolling containers that I keep projects in that are ready to go. One time when I'm doing a live stream, I'll show you how I collect all my stuff for different projects. And then up here, embroidery projects. I think these are some old photographs and other embroidery kinds of things. A lot more collections of envelopes, a thermal laminating machine, which I've actually never used, and then our collection of vinyl for the Cricut machine, which I don't do a whole bunch of that either. So, and again, some more sewing machines, so we could get them in and out fairly easily. When we set up the sewing, probably we'll move the boxes into the attic. All right, well, that is my craft room. Just give you one last little view of it all. Thankful that you spent some time with us, and really appreciate it. So the plan will be to set up my laptop there so that you can see how I work on projects and the kind of techniques that I use and the decisions, how I make decisions on what's going to go on the page, and probably also talk in some live stream soon about my philosophy of scrapbooking, in particular what that means for scrapbooking for the men in your life, or scrapbooking for men who like to scrapbook. So have a great day. Take care.